Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I get my skin to look very dewy. I'm dry, so sometimes it's hard to get my foundation to look really healthy looking, not so cakey and dry, so I'm going to be talking about some of the products I like to use to maintain a nice glow throughout the day without getting too oily. So first let me just put my little thingy on so my hair doesn't get all in the way. Okay. So first I'm going to start with priming. So I'm going to use the Professional just on my T-zone, just because I'm not like combination skin, but I do notice that my foundation tends to break up around my nose before it breaks up anywhere else. So I'm going to apply it there. And then I'm also going to apply the Hydrogel Lift by Pure Cosmetics on my under eye. This is going to help when I put concealer on. It's going to help it not crease up as much. And it's going to help my under eye look more hydrated. And anywhere that I didn't apply primer, I'm going to put the Pure Correcting Primer in the Hydrate and Balance formula. This isn't my go-to. Typically I will use the Becca First Light Priming Filter, but obviously as you can see this is empty as can be, so I can't really salvage much product out of that now, and I just have not taken the time to pick up another bottle, but I highly recommend that one. This one's a good primer too, it's just not like my go-to. And then this, I feel like, is one of the keys to getting like the high points of my cheekbones and just wherever I like to highlight really well lit. This is the No Filter Blurring Photography Primer. I don't use this all over, I just use this on the high points of my face, and you'll see it does make a difference in like the glow factor. So I'm just gonna put a little bit just like that. And I just like to blend it out with my finger. I feel like I put just a little bit too much on, but we'll make it work. Pick up some of this excess product, put it on like my cupid's bow, on the bridge of my nose, blending this guy out. But you can see it's got a really nice shine to it. The one time I tried to apply this all over my face, it just didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. I felt like I looked just too shiny with it. Yeah, if anybody has used this primer, let me know, because I felt like it was weird that it's targeted as a blurring photography primer, but I prefer it under my makeup as like an additional highlighter. I don't know. Let's just do the same thing over here. The nice thing about like the little routine that I have going on is, besides the primers, a majority of my face that I'm going to be doing today is drugstore stuff. And obviously you can swap out whatever primers you like for the products that like I'm using, because I'm sure there are plenty of good drugstore primers out there. Like the Baby Skin by Maybelline's really good for the pores. Angel Veil by NYX is a good one. Honey Do Me or Honey Do Me Up, I can't remember which one it is. The oil by NYX is really nice as well. I just don't have any of those at this time. Okay, so I'm gonna use this, which is something that I recently picked up at Ulta because my location has just like revamped their drugstore cosmetics section. This is the e.l.f. liquid highlighter. It has vitamin E in it. It's very interesting because I'm not sure if this is just the bottle that I have, but I'm pretty sure I read it in the reviews online as well, that this, I'll show you a little bit of it. Oh, this one came out with a little more color this time. But majority of the time it comes out clear. So it literally, I don't know if you can even, yep, there you go. It comes out clear, but it has just a little bit of like a sparkle and shine to it. which is very interesting to me. But it provides like more of a dewy look. It doesn't provide as much color as it does just shine, which is what I prefer. So I'm just gonna put that basically where I put the pure highlighter as well, and you can tell it's just been like amplified. So I just like to put a little bit on the back of my hand, so I'm just dipping into it with my finger. Sanitize your hands before you do this. I always keep hand sanitizer in my makeup area. I have like 5. But you gotta keep it clean. I'm just putting it wherever I want some shine. And for my lips right now, I'm just using an Ulta lip oil just to give my lips a little bit of hydration because they're feeling a little bit dry right now. Okay. So we're good to go on to the rest of our products. I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on the under eye. A little bit on the nose, a little bit here, a little bit here. And I do have a few blemishes too that I should probably conceal real quick, but let's see. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna take a little bit of this green concealer, and by a little, I mean like very, very little, because I'm only concealing where the redness is with this. Just to neutralize it a little bit so I can put a skin tone concealer on top of it and the redness won't peek through. Yeah, I don't really need to do that anywhere else. That's just like a fresh wound. I don't want to use the Dewy applicator on that either. Okay, just a little there as well. And I will blend this out on the under eye with a sponge. I'm just going to use like my NARS Laguna mirror just so I can see what I'm doing. And just bring it on top of the eye as well, just so it's all neutralized up there, because I do have veins on my eyelids and they like to peek through. Okay. Blending it out on the nose. A little bit up here. And yes, I am using this dry. I know that's like a sin, but it's whatever. I forgot to wet it down with my Mario Badescu spray. That's as good as that's gonna get. I'm not expecting perfection out of that. Okay. We are good to move on to foundation now. And so I'm going to be using, I should probably show you first before I just start going in. I'm using the Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Cushion Foundation with SPF 15. I am in the shade Light Ivory. It is a light neutral shade. And I'm going to, so it just has like a little cover right here. You flip it open and you have the cushion. I don't use the sponge that comes with it. I use my own brush, which is also from Wet n Wild. just their flat top kabuki. And so I just press it in and get a little bit of cover, or a little bit of product on the brush, and you just go right in. It just gives you the nicest finish though. The one downside is I feel like I'm running out of product already, and honestly I have not had this nearly long enough for it to be running out of product. But I feel like that's one of the downsides of the cushion foundation, because it's like, it's kind of gimmicky, but at the same time it does give you a really light, healthy finish on the skin without it being like super, not as heavy and thick as other foundations can be. But I mean, I've only used this a handful of times, and I feel like I really have to like dig in to get product to dispense, and that could be because I'm using a brush with it, but that's saying it's not me from using a brush with it, because I just prefer the finish that a brush gives compared to a sponge. Oh, sorry. Alright. Okay. Okay, we're good with this. We are good with this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to powder the under eye real quick. And let's hope that this does not screw up the video, because I do want to put a liquid highlighter on top of this. Please, I just want to go on the under eye. Okay, that feels pretty good. I always like to kind of feel on my under eye and see if it feels set, because you'll feel the difference between the stickiness or the tackiness of a concealer on your under eye versus like the set down powdery feel of a concealer that has been set. Does that make sense? Alright, that should be good. Okay, let's pray real quick, because I'm not sure. It should be okay. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. So for the highlighter, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Highlighter. This is in the shade Who's That Pearl. It's got a little lid on it, so you just pop it open like that. And I'll use the tip of one of my sponges, just like that. Picks up a little product. Yeah, there we go. And it just gives the prettiest glow. I hope they come out with more shades for this, because I feel like for somebody as fair as me, this is good, this is nice, but like, I don't know if, well, maybe deeper complexions could pull it off too, but I don't know if they'd be particularly flattering. They need more of like a gold shade, because this is just super, it's kind of like, not white, but just a little bit pink. Okay. We're about even. Gonna take a little bit there, take a little bit there. So, we're going to set it with a powder highlighter. And for this, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Heart Fencer collaboration. The, what is it called? Coffee and Cream. And I'm going to be taking my highlighting brush. I use the Real Techniques setting brush for my highlighting. It's not technically what it's intended for, but whatever, I'm just a rule breaker. And I'm just going to sweep it just like that. Okay, a little more. Do it on the other side. Okay, that's pretty. Right on the Cupid's bow. Bridge of the nose. Awesome. Real quick, I'm going to contour just a little bit. I only contour under my cheeks, so it's nothing too crazy. But it makes a difference. I'm going to use this Morphe rounded contour brush. Just pick up a little bit of product, off the excess. Go from about here, no further than the outer corner of your eye. It may look a little bit messy right now, but I'm going to blend it out a little bit with some bronzer in a minute. It's fine. We're fine. A little bit more. Cool. I'm going to grab an angled brush real quick. This is also from Morphe. Most of my brushes are from Morphe. This one I actually got before Morphe was like really big and really popular. I got this one at the American Beauty Show in like 2014. Okay. Take a little bit of bronzer up by these temples. And along the forehead. Whatever excess on the nose, just kind of wherever. And I'm going to finish off the face with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in Mellow Wine. And I'm going to use this Real Techniques blush brush. And this is very pigmented, so be careful. Just build it up to your desired intensity. I feel like I look tanner now. That's so pasty. Awesome. So to finish off the glow, I'm going to take this Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. Ideally, I would use the MAC Fix Plus. However, I am out of MAC Fix Plus, which is another thing I have to pick up. So I'm just going to use this guy. Basically anything to just give the skin a little more shine and glow. Just really drench it on. Drench yourself. Oh, I got some in my mouth. Okay, I'm going to finish off the rest of my face and I will be back and we will see how it looks, okay? So this is the final look. Don't mind the washer running in the background, sorry about that. But you can see it came out very pretty, very glowy, which is basically that was my goal. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what else you want to see. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, hopefully you learned something new. I will talk to you later. Bye!